His situation was really heartbreaking because he's a young, strong dog. And when he was about 18 months, I neutered him. And about 3 or 6 months after he got neutered, he started to get injured. For those people who haven't read my blog, he started to get injured. And it took us 2 years to run across your work and learn about laser therapy and fascia treatment and all that. And we also added hormone replacement therapy, which in dogs now is super important as part of the healing process, because we know now that the absence of hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and other hormones in females leads to different injuries. Can you tell us about that? Because I know that you've mentioned that in the past.
Yeah, so I can tell you that in the research that it's shown that dogs that have early spay and neuter, or even just are spayed and neutered, are more likely to tear a cranial cruciate ligament, are more likely as they grow to have hip dysplasia, and then later on hip arthritis. There's medical things that we can see that we don't see as much in our intact animals.
And some people may think that we are promoting or suggesting that dogs should not get neutered. And this would be really problematic, right? Because there's a lot of homeless dogs and so on. So this is not to say that I suggest not neutering dogs, especially in situations where they could accidentally breed. But there are methods that actually spare the hormones, ovary sparing spay, vasectomy in male dogs. And what I've noticed as well, and in the Czech Republic and in Europe, where I spend a lot of time, dogs seem to be actually not aggressive, despite the fact that they're not neutered. They seem to be socializing really well, and they're socially adjusted. So the idea that unneutered dogs are aggressive, I think, doesn't really stand in real life. And my experience is that many neutered dogs actually start having behavioral issues, whether it's fearlessness or aggression. And the research, again, that you've mentioned suggests that the luteinizing hormone that gets elevated after dogs get neutered and spay affects the brain centers like hippocampus and amygdala. And those are the emotional centers of the brain.